Hey, Lydia.
Hi.
Thanks for coming on here with me.
Yeah.
So I have had a bunch of people asking me how it's possible to homeschool and run a business. And I was thinking that you could tell us a little bit. We got to keep both of our faces in here. If you could tell us a little bit about homeschooling. So what are you working on here on your computer?
I am writing an extra credit paper about the Dust Bowl.
But you're homeschooled.
Yeah.
So where did you get this assignment?
From it's like a homeschool club called West. It's where I can choose my own classes, but it's like school and it's only twice a week.
Twice a week? You go twice a week.
Well, yeah.
But some kids, what do?
They either just go on Tuesdays, just go on Wednesday, or both like me.
So what is that like? Tell me about your history class.
Well, it's a U.S. history class. So we started way back in the 1200s, and now we're learning the Dust Bowl, so the 1930s.
1200s, we didn't have the United States though. So
I know, we were learning about England for a while.
Yeah, because that's kind of where it started, right?
Yeah.
That's so cool. So your teacher teaches you in class.
Yes.
But then what does she send you home with to do?
Homework. Usually, and then I'll have quizzes every other week.
Yeah.
And she'll give us, she calls them class notes for us to study at home.
So then that's what I help you with, right? We study together and...
You help me write some papers.
Yep, so that's super fun. So that makes it a lot easier for me because I'm still helping you, but I'm not having to come up with all the assignments and stuff, so that's pretty fun. Why else do you like West? What's fun about that?
Well, one thing is that I don't have to just take almost like just school classes. I can also do fun stuff. On Wednesdays I have my choir and then my art class that I have with my sister.
Yeah, so we're talking about West, which is a homeschool campus. So homeschooling takes lots of different forms, and not everybody knows that. I think most people think that homeschooling is sitting at the kitchen table all day long.
Yeah.
And, when you guys were all really young, actually, you were on the floor playing with toys.
And I heard it all, so I know it all.
That's true. You kind of absorbed it while you were on the floor playing, and I was doing phonics and stuff with the other kids, right? Remember when you started kindergarten?
Yes.
And I was like, okay, we're going to do this book. And you were like, I already know it. That was pretty fun.
Yeah, I was doing math and I just flew right through it.
You did.
And I thought it was fun though.
Yeah, totally. It's awesome. So we did do school at the table when the kids were little, but now it looks totally different, right? Because you get to go to West and that's my way of sort of outsourcing homeschooling because we are still homeschooling in your home and I can help you, but I don't have to teach you everything. Tell them how you learned all the states.
Well, I went on this website. It's called Always Ice Cream.
Always Ice Cream. Yeah. That's a pretty cool site.
And just for girls, and then there's something for boys, and then there's a girl and boy thing, but it's all on one website. And so I go on the girls' website, and there's this thing that, it tells me a state, and I can see this whole map of the United States with each state individually.
Yeah.
And it'll say Alabama, and if I click it wrong, then everything will start over. But if I get it right, it'll keep going and going. And then there's up to 50 levels.
Wow. And did you do them all?
Yep.
You did. Now, did I make you do that?
No.
Why did you do it?
Because it was so much fun.
It was fun, yeah. So a lot of the way we do school is kind of what you're interested in, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. How else do we learn? What other things do you do to learn?
Well, for math, in music, I actually have to use math.
It's true.
It's weird.
It's true.
I'll be doing theory. My teachers will be like, you're doing math right now.
Yep. It's because a lot of fractions and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. Remember last summer we were doing spelling words at Ethan's baseball games?
Yes, that was so much fun.
It was so much fun.
Again, on Always Ice Cream, I think.
I found it on a different website. I might have to look that up and post it.
Oh, wait, no, I did math.
You were doing math. We were doing math on Always Ice Cream. That was a lot of fun.
Games.
And the spelling words. Do you remember that? So you would bring a notebook and I would find lists online and you just flew through those spelling lists, didn't you?
Fun.
Yeah. So that's kind of a big thing that I believe in is kind of going at your own pace. And maybe you're not even fully aware that that's what we're doing. Yeah. But you kind of... Remember the other day we did some grammar? What happened with that?
I already knew it all, and it was already 6th or 7th grade, and I'm only in 5th grade.
So we hadn't done much grammar, and you were kind of mad at me because you were like, Mama, we got to work on this. So I pulled out a book, and we just kept flipping through page after page. You're like, yeah, I know that. Yeah, I know that. And you're like, okay, well, I didn't know the word that it was adverb. But just by reading a lot and being exposed to just I don't know, life.
Yeah.
You kind of knew a bunch of grammar, right? And so then you were almost getting mad because it was too easy, weren't you? And so we kept going, and then I showed you the cover. And it was a grade ahead, wasn't it?
Or 2 grade, I
A
don't know.
couple grades ahead. It was so fun. Yeah. So that's a really fun part about homeschooling, right? Because I remember being stuck in a classroom and like, this is boring, but there's nothing you can do because the other kids have to catch up, right? Or maybe being stuck in a classroom where I was not ready to move on and they kept going, you know. So homeschooling is totally at your pace, right?
Yeah.
And there's a term for this. Did you know that there's something that it's called? Do you know? What is it called?
I think unschooling.
It is called unschooling. Now that alarms a lot of grandparents because they think I'm not teaching you anything. But it's not that you're not learning. It's not unlearning. It's unschooling, right? So we just don't do it like school does it because why? That would be silly to replicate a whole classroom, right? It's more like tutoring you,
Yeah.
right? And do you think it's pretty fun?
Yes, it is.
It is?
I love school.
You do?
Yeah.
You love learning?
Yeah. Even my friends, they do sit down at the kitchen table and they're just like, I do not have like my school and I have so much homework. And there's homeschool too, but
they hate it, huh?
Yeah, but
Why
I love it.
You love it. I'm so glad you love it. You know, that's one of my big goals in life is that my kids will love to learn. And I think it's by being curious. Do you see behind us in the picture, there's encyclopedias?
Yes.
Yeah, those are fun, right? What did you look up in the encyclopedias?
Music, orchestra, piano, violin, flute.
Did I make you do that?
No, it was so much fun
It
though.
was so much fun. Why was it fun?
Because I can just look up what I love.
And one thing kind of leads to another, doesn't it?
Yeah, and then I went, and then I looked up Beethoven and Bach and
Yeah.
all the composers and everything about those.
That's so cool. And did you do that just because you were curious about it?
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much.
And I've also I started reading a book about Bach.
Yeah, I like that book. I found that at an old used curriculum sale. That was pretty good. It was like story form.
Yeah, it was,
Yeah.
but I stopped reading it like
Yeah.
close to the end because it was mostly just people dying.
It was it's about people dying. They were all dying off. It was more interesting what was it, Bach or Beethoven that you were reading about?
Bach.
Bach. It was really interesting when he was little, right?
Yeah,
like a
'cause,
kid.
When he was a kid and everything that was different in his time period too, so
Right.
it's also history.
Okay, that was my next point. Thank you. So you were learning about music, but you were learning about
The
history. Yeah, that's super
It's
fun.
like, I don't remember what years, maybe like 1500.
1500s? Yeah, I think you're right. 15 or 1600s. That's awesome. Yeah, it's harder to see ourselves, isn't it? Because people are, I don't know if we can see any comments. Maybe if somebody can comment, then we'll be able to see what that looks like. Because I had my phone the other way and I couldn't see any comments. And now I'm really wondering if we can get comments. So, okay, so we've been talking about how we do school differently and we call it unschooling because we're really going at your own pace. And you study a lot of music. Do you want to talk about that? What do you learn with music?
Well, I've played piano since I was 5, 6.
Yeah.
Piano since I was 6, and then violin when I was 7, flute when I was 10, and then ukulele when I was 10. And my mom teaches me flute, but mostly I do piano, violin, and ukulele at Rogers School of Music.
Which is what?
Your business.
Yeah, that's pretty fun. That saves me a little bit of money because I don't know how I would do it necessarily with all those instruments. Oh, yeah. So you do a lot of music. Oh, Kelly's saying hi. Jamie's saying hi. Hi, guys. So you love music, and homeschooling kind of gives you time to do that, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So,
I practice every one of them pretty much every day.
do I make
For
you
Tuesday.
practice?
No. Well, you
don't.
can remind me.
I remind you. Yeah, I do. Sometimes I'm like,
you're
did
not
you practice?
You're not mad at me if I say no.
Yeah, because then you run and do it, right? Yeah. That's pretty fun. Do you tell them about your keyboard in your room?
Well, I wanted a keyboard in my room because my siblings always get mad at me for playing. Eli's nodding yes right now.
Eli's is saying yes.
Because it's loud. Because it's
Yeah.
on it right now. It's on our
It's called a loft, so it's kind of open
it's on
to
our
everything.
loft, so you can see it from our living room.
Yeah.
And from everywhere. And you can hear, and it's just really loud. And
Yeah.
so if I want to just play, even if it's like if it's in the morning, because I would wake up first.
Wait. You wake up first. Why?
Because I do.
What are the other kids? How are the other kids different than you are?
They wake up at like 10.
Why?
Or 11.
Because they're teenagers. Because they're teens, right?
Yeah.
The teenagers start sleeping in later.
And so I can play on my keyboard. I used to have headphones for it because I was right next to my sister's room, but now we have the bathroom in between us, so I don't have to use that. And
Okay.
it's still pretty much soundproof.
I didn't want to get you a keyboard at first because I was afraid I wouldn't hear you practicing. But it's been great because I can hear it, but it is muted a little bit, and then you still do use the real piano. Does it feel different when you're playing the piano versus the keyboard?
And then I can hear the background noise, and then that gets really frustrating. So sometimes I do go into my bedroom because
So it's better for
me
you.
too.
Sure. Yeah. So it's not just for us, but it's for you too.
Because I can just hear the background noises of you talking, the laundry machine.
Ooh, you should tell them about your YouTube channel. Do you want to tell them?
I started a YouTube channel for just me doing music, my instruments. I haven't done flute yet, actually.
Okay.
But I've done multiple videos, and I have 8 subscribers.
That's so cool. So you can find her on YouTube. It's Lydia Kyrie.
Kyrie.
Kyrie. Lydia Kyrie. Yeah, you can like subscribe and watch Lydia. Sometimes she does fun things like this is the second time I played this song. Ever. So you can kind of see it in rough draft mode.
And I've tried doing memorizing videos, but those were too long.
They were too long?
So I needed to do it shorter.
Okay. Yeah, so that's really fun. So you really like music, huh? Mm-hmm. So that's pretty fun.
And I also do theater.
You do theater, yeah. So let's talk about theater, because I think I don't think I would let you do as much theater as you do if you were in school all day. So I do think homeschooling is part of that because you're at home and we see each other and the other kids are able to sleep in or we can learn.
And it's at 6:30, so at night. So
right.
It's not like in the morning early, and it's not all day.
Right.
It's only from the junior shows are 6:30 to 9.
Yep.
And then the kids shows are like 4:30 to 6.
What show are you in right now? You're in 2 shows right now.
I'm doing Lion King and Fiddler on the Roof.
So cool.
In Lion King, I am a hyena, Shenzi, the girl hyena.
Yeah, that's fun. I can't wait to see you do that. Mm-hmm. Are you funny?
Yes.
Yes.
But not as funny as like the other ones, like Ed.
Yeah. That's pretty funny. So what do you think, Lydia? First of all, how old are you?
I'm 11.
Okay, and what grade?
5th.
Awesome. And have you been homeschooled your whole life?
Yes.
Yes. So what do you think you learn at theater? Do you think there's anything to do with school at all or learning?
I mean, I have my friends there, so I get to have that instead of some kids get their friends from their school. And people do say to me, how do you get friends? I'm like, same way I'm talking to you right now.
So they think you don't have friends because you're homeschooled?
Yeah, because I'm not at school all day, but that doesn't make sense because you're not supposed to be talking.
It's so true, right?
I can't talk at theater either, but still.
Yeah. So what do you like to do with your friends? Because you just a whole bunch of homeschool friends. You just last weekend, what did you go do? That was really fun.
Feed my starving children with my Bible study.
Yeah. So what was that? Some people might not know what that means.
Well, Feed My Starving Children is a place that you can pack meals for children in like Africa and places that don't have any food.
Mm-hmm.
Starving children, so Feed My Starving Children.
Right.
So we packed boxes and we packed 26 boxes.
Oh wow, 26 boxes
of
food, not bags, boxes.
And we had 2 hours maybe.
That's so cool, and they make it fun, right? Yeah.
Yeah. There's music playing.
Cool.
And it's just a lot more fun because it's also sometimes they make it a competition who can pack most boxes.
Yep. So all those kids are homeschooled. Mm-hmm. And you said that you're in a Bible study
actually,
together.
One of them aren't.
One of them's not. Mm-hmm. And then tell me about the Bible study. What do you guys do for that?
Well, the Bible study is just at my friend, the Whiteford's house. Mm-hmm. We go in their basement and there isn't really one person the leader.
Yeah.
Because we just kind of choose who leads next.
Yeah.
So last time Kayla Whiteford did, and she was talking about wisdom. It was about wisdom, and we watched videos, and then there's some verses she had us look up, and then we did that, and then we have prayer requests.
Cool.
And then after that, we just kind of have fun and we talk and play games.
That's awesome. So it's friendship, you're learning, but you're also learning leadership and who's in charge and everything. Mm-hmm. You know what I just thought of? We should tell them about your science stuff. Can you get that over there without knocking over your computer? And there's a box over here. So I don't really love science, but you do, right? And I certainly don't really want to teach science. Sorry. but I think there's amazing stuff that we can use. And so we've started using Mel Science. Have you guys heard of Mel Science? Lydia, can you explain what Mel Science is?
Wait just a second, let me get something.
Okay. Because Mel Science comes with these kits, and you get to do experiments, because like science, I think, is way more fun when it's hands-on, right? She's in the laundry room getting something. And we also use Tinker Crate. So
Well,
that's
not really anymore.
not anymore.
Mel Science is what I'm doing.
Mel
instead.
Science main thing. Okay, so it came with this starter kit.
Yes, and it has like everything you'll need that'll say you'll need this and stuff.
Okay.
Some things that are just kind of for fun. So there's a tray for like when you're mixing the chemicals.
Ooh.
And then goggles. Just
So it's a
kind
lot
for
of
fun.
chemistry, yes?
Yes, it is chemistry.
Okay, cool.
And so some of them we do have just chemicals right here.
Mm-hmm.
And then cups and beakers are in here too. And there's this for fire actually.
Fire?
Fire, yeah.
Oh my
Use
word.
fire.
So who helps you with this?
Either my dad or my sister.
Yeah, because I don't want to. So this is another way to outsource. Like, I don't have to help you, but they tell them about the app or something. Like,
Well, on my phone I have this app. First of all, there's a virtual reality, so VR, that this box came with it that goes on my face, and it will teach me about atoms mostly.
yeah, because like you like see different
It
things.
says like
and
we're going into the balloon, we're going into diamond, pencil.
Cool. That's awesome. So it feels like you're actually going in there and learning
Yeah.
about it. Okay, so you get the starter kit, but
Yeah,
then
every month.
what is this all about? What's the box?
This is what I'm going. This is what I'm doing.
Don't show it too much because it has our address on it. There you go. So, okay, so that is like, that's the chemicals of the month or something, or the
Not
experiment
really.
of the month?
This is the experiment of the
Okay.
month. It usually comes with like 3 of them, kind of.
Yeah, cool.
Like I think last month was, I think a few months ago it was like fire that we were using.
Oh, I do remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Abgo has something to do with that.
That's
We put-
good.
We put the sticks in the snow, and I just found it when all the snow
Oh,
melted on her deck.
Cool. Does she like science?
Kind of. Yeah,
Yeah.
she likes. She really liked the Tinker Crate, and then she likes this. So apparently, she does.
Good. That's great. That's
Doesn't
great.
really say she does, but she
So
does.
just because I don't love it doesn't mean we're not learning it, and it doesn't mean that I'm necessarily directly teaching it, right? We
You're
can.
not the only teacher. My dad teach me.
That's right.
Math and science.
Yeah,
which I don't like
absolutely.
math.
Yeah. So you have written some stories. You want to tell them about that?
Well, right now I'm writing a story called 4 out of 5, and then I've written a book called Isabel's Kidnapping. Was my first book.
That was good. I like that one.
Yeah, and
Did I make you do that?
no.
Did I
And
even give
then
you the idea?
No, I get the ideas from playing.
Yeah. So
I
you.
play the game because I don't like playing when it's just by myself, that I don't know what's happening next. So I'll know what's happening next, and I'm like, I really like the story, so I'll turn it into a book.
That's so cool.
So 4 out of 5. 4 out of 5 mean children. So it's about this mother who gets amnesia and forgets the last year of her life, but with her child, and she and her child get separated, and her husband. And her husband eventually, her husband dies on the way back to where they were going, where they lived, because they had to go to America for medical help because they were in a car accident. Big story. And there's this baby that went back with him that she didn't die when their plane crashed where the husband died.
Yeah.
And so she went to an orphanage because the hospital where they were living in France got the wrong information and thought the mother died. So she went to an orphanage, and they didn't know that she had amnesia. So she just kept living her life without the memory of her child. And then the 4 out of 5 means she got remarried because her husband died, and then she had 4 children.
Wow, that is going to be a really great story. I wonder if we should also start a blog for you so that people could read your stories. I don't know. Yeah, very cool. So you do lots of different things, and a lot of times I'm working in the office, and it just kind of works out, doesn't it? Yeah, and we don't do things normally. Like I said, we were doing spelling words at baseball, right?
Yeah. In the summer.
summer.
I don't take summer breaks.
Because who cares,
I don't work
right?
summer
I mean, it doesn't really matter. I mean, I think our brains are always learning. I know I'm always learning. My teenage boys are being obnoxious. Stop signing to each other, boys, or I'm going to bring you on the camera. That's what's going to happen next. It's not going to perform. He would love to. Do you want to come say hi, Ethan?
Yeah.
This is the one that is my proof of concept because he's graduating. And tell him where you're going in the fall.
I'm going to Athelbus
They don't know what that means.
Yeah, I know. It's a 2-year Bible school where I get to choose electives and stuff like that, and I get to choose what I get to study, which is what I love to do.
Yeah. So wait. You love to study? Is that what you just said?
I love to study what I want to study.
Interesting.
And, like, I have a soapbox about this. But like in my life, I'm gonna use what I like. I'm not great at reading and writing things, so I'm not gonna go into a profession where I need to read and write constantly. I'm going to go in something with public speaking or just people in general.
Yeah. So how do you think homeschooling has helped you get here with that philosophy, that soapbox?
It's taught me how to think for myself, that I have to be like on my own sometimes, where my parents have jobs and stuff and they've got to do stuff. And so I had to like find out what I wanted to do, because I like politics and stuff. So I researched a ton of things on politics, and I wanted to find out if my parents didn't brainwash me or something. So I had to find out what I believed in and where I wanted to go with my future, and I got to do that on my own because I had free time.
Yeah, I love that. Why do you have earbuds in?
Because that's how I listen to music, and I'm not listening to anything.
You watch a lot of videos and podcasts
I
and
watch
stuff?
a lot of videos and I listen to a lot of podcasts.
And like lectures and stuff too?
Oh yes, lots of lectures.
But do I make you do that?
No.
How have you found these things?
YouTube and Facebook.
That's awesome.
Yes.
Thanks, Ethan. Thanks for popping in.
You're welcome.
Well, this was a fun discussion. I like seeing the youngest and the oldest, and the middle two are introverts, so they probably won't jump on.
Middle's right there. Middle's up there.
And Elias's hair is crazy right now, so we'll do it later when he's more prepared. But thanks for joining the conversation. So if you're wondering, like, how on earth can I make this happen? Like, can I homeschool? Can I run a company? Like, look up unschooling. I would just challenge you to Google that. Tons of blogs out there, tons of books. It's really going at the child's pace, making sure they love to learn, teaching them how to learn and research, and it's just doing things differently. You know, it's not the school going at one pace because they have to. It's a classroom of students, right? We can do it totally differently, and we do. Were you going to say something about that?
I would hate school because I'm mostly doing 6th and 7th grade.
It's true.
And then I'm only in 5th, and then there's some things like math. More my grade, actually.
Yeah.
But
we can totally go at your pace, right? And sometimes we felt behind in math, and then last summer we like caught up, didn't we? Because your brain was like, I get
technically,
it.
I'm thinking, I didn't learn division. I know division. I was learning division when I was 4, and we were separating M&Ms for us to eat.
It's so true, right? That's division. Oh, good. I'm glad it's helpful, Jamie. Yeah, it's such a fun lifestyle. It's so great to be together and have the freedom, and we just love it. So yeah, send me a message if you want more help or resources. I'd love to be there for you. This was fun to do. Thanks, Lydia. Thanks for coming on. Should we do this more often?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, you guys, have a great day. We're going to go to Buffalo Wild Wings and watch some basketball, and we're updating our brackets. Chris, who's in the lead?
Lydia.
Lydia's in the lead!
I only have one wrong.
That's amazing. I love it. So let's go watch some basketball. You guys have a good day. Bye.